In this first example, we are going to graph y equals 2 plus 4 secant times the quantity of x minus pi over 2. So secant is the reciprocal of cosine. So this is equivalent to 1 over 2 plus 4 cosine of x minus pi over 2. So please remember that this is the function we're going to graph. So what I want you to do is pause the video and sketch the cosine graph. Okay, so right now you should have the cosine function. Remember, you need to sketch at least one period's worth. And in this instance, my period is 2 pi. So then I take my displacement of pi over 2, add 2 pi, I end at 5 pi over 2. So if you recall from yesterday's lesson, the reason we sketch the denominator function is because the denominator, we need to figure out where it's going to be undefined. So the idea is, if I were to plug pi into this equation right here, 1 divided by 2 plus 4 times cosine of pi minus pi over 2, if I were to evaluate that, my output would be 0. So this is where I'm going to sketch my asymptote, because this is where I have an undefined function. So again, wherever the graph crosses the midline, so you know, at pi, 2 pi, 0 in this instance, we're going to sketch our asymptotes. And then from there, we're going to sketch the function. So this is cosine. So remember, the function's inverted. So wherever I had a maximum, it's now going to be the minimum. So sketch it. Okay. So this would be your secant graph. This would be 100% correct. Again, you need to show one period worth. And right here, I have one period worth because between 0 and 2 pi, my graph does not repeat. Okay? And if we wanted to identify the functions, or I'm sorry, the translations of this function right here, my amplitude would equal 4, vertical shift would equal 2, okay? My b value is 1, remember the coefficient of x. So therefore, my period is equal to 2 pi over 1, which is 2 pi. And then my displacement is when I set x minus pi over 2 equal to 0. So again, x equals pi over 2. And here you have the secant graph of 2 plus 4 times the secant of the quantity x minus pi over 2.